Hey guys, welcome to Quote Quest. Sigmund Freud was an Austrian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, a method for treating mental illness and understanding the workings of the human mind. His theories and ideas have had a profound impact on the field of psychology and continue to shape our understanding of human behavior and mental health. Throughout his life, Freud wrote extensively on a wide range of topics related to the human psyche, and many of his quotes have become widely recognized and celebrated for their insight and wisdom. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. This quote describes Freud's belief that the human mind is divided into three parts: the conscious mind, the preconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. According to Freud, the unconscious mind is like an iceberg, with the majority of its contents hidden from view. He believed that understanding the contents of the unconscious mind was crucial to understanding human behavior. Where ID was, their ego shall be. This quote refers to Freud's theory of personality, which is divided into three parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. Freud believed that the ego develops out of the ID as we learn to navigate the demands of the external world. This quote emphasizes the importance of the ego in mediating between our instinctual desires and the demands of society. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. Dream analysis was a central component of Freud's psychoanalytic method. He believed that dreams were the royal road to the unconscious mind because they revealed the hidden contents of our psyche. By interpreting dreams, Freud believed that we could gain insight into our deepest fears, desires, and conflicts. Anatomy is destiny. This controversial quote suggests that biological sex determines much of our personality and behavior. Freud believed that the anatomical differences between males and females resulted in fundamental psychological differences. While this idea has been criticized as sexist and oversimplified, it was influential in shaping early theories of gender and sexuality. Love and work. Work and love, that's all there is. This quote emphasizes the importance of two key aspects of human life: love and work. Freud believed that the pursuit of meaningful work and satisfying relationships were the primary motivators of human behavior. He believed that without these two things, life would lack meaning and purpose. Where ID was, there shall ego be. This quote emphasizes the importance of the ego in mediating between our primal desires and the demands of society. Freud believed that the ego, or our sense of self, develops out of the ID as we learn to navigate the external world. By controlling and channeling our desires in socially acceptable ways, the ego allows us to function effectively in society. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. This quote highlights Freud's belief in the power of the unconscious mind. He believed that our unconscious desires and fears exerted a powerful influence on our behavior, often without our conscious awareness. However, he also believed that the voice of the intellect could ultimately prevail, as long as we were willing to listen to it. The ego is not master in its own house. This quote reflects Freud's belief that the unconscious mind exerts a powerful influence over our behavior, even when we are not aware of it. He believed that the ego was often unaware of the true motivations behind our actions, and that these motivations were often rooted in our unconscious desires and fears. A civilization which leaves so large a number of its participants unsatisfied and drives them into revolt neither has nor deserves the prospect of a lasting existence. This quote reflects Freud's belief that society has a responsibility to meet the needs of its members. He believed that when society fails to meet the fundamental needs of its members, such as the need for meaningful work, satisfying relationships, and a sense of purpose, it creates conditions that are ripe for social unrest and revolution. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. This quote reflects Freud's belief that language and communication were key factors in the development of human civilization. He believed that the ability to use language to express complex thoughts and emotions allowed humans to form more sophisticated societies and cultures. However, he also recognized that language could be used as a tool of aggression and domination, as well as a means of communication. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. This quote reflects Freud's belief that many people are not truly committed to achieving their own freedom and autonomy. He believed that people often preferred to cling to familiar patterns of behavior, even if those patterns were limiting or destructive, rather than take responsibility for their own lives and choices. The goal of all life is death. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the importance of the death drive, or the instinctual drive towards self-destruction and self-annihilation that he believed was present in all humans. While this idea has been controversial and has been debated by subsequent generations of psychoanalysts. It remains an influential concept in the field of psychology. Neurosis is the inability to tolerate ambiguity. This quote reflects Freud's belief that psychological disorders, such as neurosis, were often caused by an inability to tolerate uncertainty and ambiguity in one's life. He believed that when people were unable to cope with the complexity and unpredictability of the world around them, they often turned to maladaptive coping mechanisms, such as obsessive-compulsive behaviors or substance abuse. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. When you are competing against others, you are competing against incomplete and subjective perceptions. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the importance of self-reflection and self-awareness. He believed that the most meaningful form of self-evaluation was not in comparison to others, but in comparison to one's own past selves. By focusing on our own personal growth and development, we can avoid the negative and often destructive consequences of comparing ourselves to others. From era to era, one discovers the entire truth. This quote reflects Freud's belief that the process of learning and discovery is often messy and fraught with mistakes and failures. He believed that these mistakes were an essential part of the learning process, and that they ultimately helped us to arrive at a deeper and more complete understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Anatomy is destiny. This quote reflects Freud's belief that our physical bodies and biological sex have a profound influence on our psychology and behavior. He believed that gender roles and sexual identity were deeply ingrained in our biology and could not be changed easily or without consequences. Love and work. Work and love. That's all there is. This quote reflects Freud's belief that two of the most important things in life are the ability to love and the ability to work. He believed that these two activities were essential to human happiness and well-being, and that they provided a sense of purpose and meaning in life. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. This quote reflects Freud's belief that much of our mental activity is unconscious and hidden from our conscious awareness. He believed that our thoughts, feelings, and motivations were often rooted in the unconscious mind, and that by exploring this hidden realm, we could gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our behavior. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the importance of self-reflection and self-awareness. He believed that it was essential for individuals to be honest with themselves about their thoughts, feelings, and motivations in order to fully understand themselves and their behavior. Where love reigns, there is no will to power, and where the will to power is paramount, love is lacking. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the fundamental opposition between love and power. He believed that societies and individuals that were motivated primarily by a desire for power and control were often lacking in the capacity for love and empathy. Conversely, he believed that societies and individuals that were motivated by love and compassion were less likely to be driven by a desire for power and control. The ego is not master in its own house. This quote reflects Freud's belief that our conscious mind, or ego, is not the sole or even the primary driving force behind our behavior. He believed that our behavior was shaped by a complex interplay of unconscious motives, past experiences, and social factors, and that our ego was often unaware of these underlying influences. Everywhere I go, I find that a poet has been there before me. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the universality of human experience and the power of art and literature to capture and express the depth and complexity of the human psyche. He believed that poets and other artists had a unique ability to access and articulate the hidden depths of the human mind, and that their work could provide valuable insights into the workings of the human psyche. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the power of dreams as a window into the unconscious mind. He believed that dreams were a product of the unconscious mind, and that by analyzing them, we could gain a deeper understanding of our hidden desires, fears, and motivations. A civilization which leaves so large a number of its participants unsatisfied and drives them into revolt neither has nor deserves the prospect of a lasting existence. This quote reflects Freud's concern with the negative consequences of societal inequality and the importance of meeting basic human needs for satisfaction and fulfillment. He believed that societies that failed to address the needs and aspirations of their citizens were likely to experience social unrest and instability. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the transformative power of adversity and the importance of perseverance in the face of life's challenges. He believed that the struggles and hardships we face in life could ultimately lead to personal growth and transformation, and that we should embrace these challenges as opportunities for self-improvement and self-discovery. Illusions commend themselves to us because they save us pain and allow us to enjoy pleasure instead. We must therefore accept it without complaint when they sometimes collide with a bit of reality against which they are dashed to pieces. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the role of illusions and fantasies in our psychological lives and the necessity of recognizing their limitations. He believed that illusions and fantasies could provide a sense of comfort and pleasure in the face of difficult reality, but that we must also be willing to confront the limitations of these illusions when they clash with reality. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the importance of reason and critical thinking in shaping our beliefs and behaviors. He believed that our intellect, or rational mind, had a powerful influence on our thoughts and actions, and that it was important to listen to this voice even when it challenged our preconceived notions and beliefs. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the complex relationship between freedom and responsibility, and the psychological factors that can hinder our desire for freedom. He believed that many people were more comfortable with the safety and security of societal norms and expectations, and were reluctant to take on the responsibility and uncertainty that came with true freedom. Neurosis is the inability to tolerate ambiguity. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the role of ambiguity and uncertainty in our psychological well-being. He believed that individuals who were unable to tolerate ambiguity and uncertainty were more likely to experience anxiety and other forms of psychological distress. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. When you are different from yourself, you do not have to worry about being accepted, since you are the only one who has to accept yourself. This quote reflects Freud's belief in the importance of self-acceptance and the dangers of comparing oneself to others. He believed that individuals should focus on their own personal growth and development, rather than seeking validation and acceptance from others. In conclusion, Sigmund Freud was a prominent figure in the field of psychology whose theory and ideas continue to influence our understanding of the human mind and behavior. His quotes reflect his beliefs in the power of the unconscious mind, the importance of personal growth and self-discovery, and the complex interplay of societal and psychological factors in shaping our beliefs and behaviors. His work has had a lasting impact on the field of psychology, and his legacy continues to inspire new research and insights into the workings of the human mind. If you like this video, please subscribe and smash the like button.